What's going on, everybody? And welcome to J Sports Seattle. I know I keep saying that I'll probably make a video sometime next week, but oh my goodness gracious, we are going at a record pace right now. Everything is happening right now for the Seahawks, and I just got to talk about I got to talk about all of this. So, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, firstly, let's just get on with the stuff that we've made, the moves that we've made so far. So this one I really like. We re-signed Ernest Jones. I was thinking it was going to happen. I was hoping it would happen, and this is a really, really good deal. 3 years, 33 million, 11 a year with 15 million guaranteed. That's actually a pretty good contract right there, especially since like Nick Bolton on the Chiefs, he's getting paid 15 million a year. So I like that. That's good. That's a good signing by Schneider. So props to him for getting that done, and props to Jones for props to both of them for being able to get that worked out. So that's good on that. We don't have excuse me, we don't have to worry about linebacker for the next few years because now with Tyrese Knight's entering his second year of his rookie deal. We don't have to worry about our linebackers, which has been a problem before Mike got into Seattle, which it was a problem under Pete over the past under his twilight years in Seattle. The linebacker core was a disaster, especially in 2022. That was really bad. In 2023, and then so I really like this extension right here, or signing, I should say. Oh yeah, extension, and this is a really good signing by Schneider, and Mike has his signal caller on defense that he can rely on. So that's good. And this also gives Ernest Jones a full offseason to work with Mike, because he came into Seattle halfway through the season and did pretty well, and now he has a whole offseason to learn the system. So that is really, really good, and that's good going. But we have that going for us on that, and for him. So yeah. Yeah, moving on. This is another signing that I really like. We re-signed Jarran Reed, 3 years, worth up to $25 million. So just a little over $8 million a year. This is an amazing signing right here, because he's 32, so he's not going to ask for too much money, but he does his job, and he sets the presence on that D line, and he's a good veteran presence to have. I feel like in a sense he's kind of like our modern day. I don't know why I'm speaking. I feel like he's our modern day Michael Bennett in a sense. I mean, he literally paid tribute to his his celebration back then multiple times, and he continues to do that. So I kind of see him as our current Michael Bennett, which is nice. We need somebody like that. So that's really good. And we signed him. We drafted him, and yeah, he left Seattle for a bit, but he came back, and he's finally staying here. So that's really good. He can still be a mentor to Byron Murphy, and we still have Leonard Williams. So we have our D line is looking pretty good so far, entering this offseason, especially after we restructured Leonard Williams' contract, and that's really, really good. And now I have to go to the biggest, probably going to be one of the biggest news of the offseason. We finally traded DK Metcalf, and now he is headed to the Steelers in exchange for a 2025 second-round pick, and also we are swapping 7th and 6th rounders in this upcoming draft. Metcalf is signing a 5-year, $150 million contract with Pittsburgh. So he got the money that he wanted. I've been hearing he said that he wanted to go to a warm climate. I don't know how true that is. I think I saw something about saying he shot that down. Who knows? But all that, even if he did say that, it doesn't matter. What matters most is the money. You follow the money. So that's what he did. And there you go. We got a second rounder back. It wasn't a first rounder like they wanted to, and I didn't think they were going to be able to get a first rounder for DK, but I was thinking they could at least get a second. And the Steelers, sure enough, traded their pick over to us. It's not a top 50 pick. It's just outside of the top 50. I'll get into our draft picks in a bit. But, yeah, this is huge. Our wide receiver core, like I said, is getting blown up. So it doesn't make any sense to sign Sam Darnold when JSN is our only premier wide receiver. We'll see what happens if we truly do sign Sam Darnold. Apparently, there's another team lurking. I don't remember who, but there's another team that's been also keeping an eye on Sam Darnold. So we'll see. And yeah, so trading DK Metcalf is a massive trade. Probably one of the biggest trades that'll happen in this offseason. And I'm glad that we were able to get a second round pick for him, even if it isn't like a top 50 pick. I will take a high draft pick like that, because that means we'll have 2 second rounders this year. And then I don't really care about the swap between 6th and 7th. That's negligent in my opinion. And I mean, you never know what happens, but like still, 6th rounders, 5th, 6th, 7th rounders, unless it's like Tariq Woolen or Richard Sherman, you don't really get much out of 5th rounders. So we'll see what happens this draft. But yeah, DK is now gone, and at least with DK leaving, that opens up our salary cap even more. Before we signed Ernest Jones, we had around $80 million after trading DK. Or if we didn't sign Ernest Jones or waited until free agency, we would have had around $81 million in cap space. So going over to our cap, looking at the league, we are cap space. We are top 5 in cap space now after all the moves we've made. We went from in the red here to top 5 in cap space. So that is some crazy work by John Schneider right there. And John Schneider so far, he's not, he's doing what he's supposed to as a GM. He's not making exquisite moves. He's doing what he's supposed to. So I guess there's really that. Just got a notification on ESPN now. I have to check every ESPN notification. Okay. It's just details on the DK trade. This is massive, because we can use this money to sign a lot of people in free agency. Like I said, we can sign a quarterback, we can sign many offensive linemen that are free agents. We can add more to the defense. We can do so many options. John Schneider just has to play his cards right. So far, he's doing okay. He's doing pretty good, I should say, not okay. He's doing pretty good. I'd say, I'd say the Geno trade was okay, in my opinion. Getting a third is fine, especially since it's going to be a top 75 pick. It's going to be either the Jets or the Raiders. I'm hoping it's the Raiders pick, 68th overall, but the Jets is at 73rd, so it wouldn't really make much of a difference. But this is massive that we have this amount of cap space, and if you look into 2026, we have the most cap space in the league, projected. So this is huge, because right now we're in a rebuild phase. I mean, we're rebuilding this offense, so we're going to be using a lot of this money on offense, most likely. At least that's what I'm hoping John Schneider does. Yes, you want to be able to, use it on some of it on the defense, like we did with Jaron Reed, like we did with Ernest Jones. But you still have nearly $70 million to work with. I'd say just throw that money towards offensive linemen and maybe a wide receiver, like another wide receiver, a wide receiver 2, and then we can draft another wide receiver to potentially be wide receiver 3 or, be wide receiver 2. So we have a lot of options this offseason to fill the holes that we are giving ourselves, but you have to take a step back and take a step forward. I think that's what John Schneider is trying to do. I'm just hoping he can do it correctly. And the quarterback position is going to be hard to fill, because there's not. I mean, outside of Sam Darnold, there's really not much out there. I mean, you want to go get Russell Wilson again? I mean, we could, but he's 36. So I don't know. You don't want it. The reason why we got rid of Geno was because of his one, of his age, but 2, because he wanted a lot of money. We don't know how much Russell want. So, or Justin Fields. I wouldn't be happy if we signed Justin Fields. I mean, I see his upside, but I don't know. He's just not accurate. So, I think we will end up drafting a quarterback this year. Like I said, I'll see what happens. I would be okay if we signed Darnold. I do think he can be good as long as we give him an O-line and give him all the things he needs and more weapons. But that's exactly what we'd have to do if we were to sign Sam Darnold. So that's just my shtick on that. And or we can, could do a full rebuild on offense and draft a quarterback this year. Maybe get Jackson Dart, like I've been saying, and like a lot of people have been saying apparently. But you don't know how that'll go. And right now, with Mike building his defense and trying to, get his defense to be top 10, top 5 in the league, he's not going to want to be able. He's not going to want to have to go through a rebuild on offense. I understand he signed a 6-year deal, but right now he's trying to take this team and take it to a positive direction quickly, and we have to go with his pace. That's what he wants to do. So you have to do you have to give him that, and he's doing it on his end. You signed Jaron Reed, re-signed Jaron Reed, and re-signed Ernest Jones. He's already getting started, but you have to keep up with him on offense, and I think that's what John Schneider's trying to do. Some people may say he's a lot of the moves that we've been doing, he's panicking. No, I think he's just going with the pace of what his head coach wants to. His young head coach that is trying to put this team in a good position to win football games and potentially go for a run for the division, run it and make a run for a deep playoff game, or go make a run in the playoffs, I should say. So that's what he wants to do, and that's his mindset, year in and year out, playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. So you have to give him that on offense. Like, that's all I got to say. And I hope Schneider does that. And it sounds like he is doing that by trading everybody the way that doesn't really, that's like I said in a previous video. You have to move off Pete's guys. You have to give the guys that Mike wants on both sides of the ball. It's not just defense. And DK, he said he wanted to work with DK, but I think the contract disputes, it does it. And then him talking mess about the QB room, saying that he wanted a more stable quarterback situation. Speaking of which, he's going to the Steelers, who apparently they currently do not have a starting quarterback on their roster. They have one quarterback who was their third stringer on the roster, and he went to there. And yet he was complaining about wanting to go to a more stable quarterback situation. That doesn't make sense. Like I said, though, you will follow the money. He got paid. He got the money he wanted, and that's just that he wants the bag, and that's understandable, I suppose. But clearly, he was not happy with the quarterback room in this on this team in Seattle, and clearly we didn't want to have to deal with that, and that's understandable. So we got rid of him, and we got. What I really liked is that we got a draft pick from a round that we picked him from. If that makes sense. Like, we got the same compensation that we got him for, I should say. We drafted him with a second rounder, and we got him for a second rounder. So I'm okay with that. That's an equal trade. Who knows how he'll do on the Steelers? They got it depends on who they get as quarterback. If Russell Wilson returns from another 1 year or maybe 2 year deal, maybe. But who knows if this is going to be the same rust to DK like it was back in Seattle, if that were to happen. We don't know. But with that said, this is looking good for us in terms of cap space. We are top 5 in cap space right now, according to over the cap. So that's really good on us. We have a lot of dead money, but we have a lot of cap, so that makes up for it. We just got to be able to do something with that. So. And then moving on to our draft picks, and this I see that it already updated the second round pick from Pittsburgh. We still haven't gotten anything from. Hold on. Third round pick. What is this third round pick from the Lions? Oh, this might be the Jets pick not the Jets pick, the pick from the Raiders. I think they had a. Oh, that's crazy. I thought it was... That's actually not good. I thought that third round pick was going to be like either the Jets or their own pick, but apparently it's not. It's this... I guess it was Detroit's pick. That is unfortunate. But, either way, we have 10 draft picks. So we have a lot of draft picks to go through. The swap hasn't happened yet for this, so we don't know yet. But we do get comps. We get a comp 4th, comp 5th, and comp 6th. So that's good. That's good that we were able to get that done. And yeah, 52nd overall pick. I'm honestly okay with that. It could be better, sure, but like, it's an extra second round pick, so you can't really say no to that. So we'll take that for sure. So. We'll see what we do this draft. I mean, if you go, we can do a mock draft and see what Tankathon has for us. It says that we are going to draft Josh Simmons out of Ohio State from as an offensive tackle. He would definitely be good in the run, that's for sure. There was a linebacker that I saw that we were going to get. Jahad Campbell, we could also get him. But if we re-signed Ernest Jones, I don't think we're going to get Jahad Campbell, even though he is a dog. But I think we will sign Josh Simmons. I'm saying Simmons. Josh Simmons. So, I mean, that's what it says. I do think we will go offensive tackle at the 18th pick, just because we need another tackle. We need more offensive linemen, and because our current offensive line is not going to get it done. But Cameron Ward is now projected to go first overall to Tennessee. Abdul Carter is also. I've also seen mock drafts where Abdul Carter goes first overall. But Cam Ward, he has a lot of upside. So, like as you can see, Jackson Dart is not in the first round. He's not projected to go in the first round by Tankathon. As I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like he's projected to go. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's projected to go in the second round. So the thing is like if we want to get Jackson Dart, we could trade up in the second round to get him. That is a possibility, but you never know what happens. But I do think that John Schneider will want to draft another wide receiver to replace DK, which is honestly the smart choice and the safest choice to do. If we sign Sam Darnold, there is a chance that we probably won't be focusing on quarterback this draft. Maybe next year, but not this year. I think we would just focus a lot of our picks on offensive line. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what we'll do in this draft. I do have a good feeling that with our top pick, we will go offensive tackle or offensive guard. But rest is kind of unknown to me. So we'll see what happens as the draft comes closer. And as we make more free agency signings, I can get a better idea of what we might do in the draft. So we'll just have to keep waiting. But so far, free agency legal tampering period starts tomorrow. So hopefully the Seahawks do something this legal tampering period. Like maybe they can get a head start and get some of the guys that they've been looking at. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. If some stuff happens, like if we make a signing or something, I'll make a video on it. I'm not just gonna say I'll make a video sometime next week. I'm just if whatever happens, I'll be making videos on it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night, and go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.